you see strange visions of Eli as a kid, laying in the meadow, careless, very different from what you're used to him. And as time starts again, almost, he seems to have regained himself.
Are you okay?
No, I am not okay. We need to find my friend, and we need to do it quickly.
Well, we have a key.
One of them. Let's see if we can try and find the other key to open the door. I have a feeling we need to hurry up.
So, as you're standing between dead produce, communist produce no less, the greenhouse is empty and it's ravaged. What are you doing? Are you going outside?
We're going outside.
Well, do me the walk then, honey. This is what I like.
Lovely.
Lovely.
We see at the opposite of the greenhouse, the disheveled shed standing, where some planks are loose. They're very, it's very old. It seems to be self-built, but it's not doing very well. I don't know. It's a shed. How much more can I describe it?
I have an entire page if you want to. No, just kidding.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of backstory to this. Shovel standing against Ye shed.
You do see on the door, above the door of the shed, a nameplate saying Becca's.
Becca.
Do you know a Becker's?
Becca's?
Yeah?
It's his farm.
Yeah. Great.
This is the Becca farm, yeah.
Eli, you know that Becker probably he hired the witch hunters to attack the elven communities.
He probably hired the witch hunters to attack the elven communities.
Why would he do that?
Because humans don't like elves. Are you here for the first time?
Do I look like either a human or an elf?
No, but you were smart up until about 2 seconds ago.
I quit. I don't want to be smart anymore.
I know humans don't like elves, at least some do.
Well, as far as I'm aware, Becca is a human, and he don't like all of this.
You know that before the Cobalt crisis, there was actually, right after the Cobalt crisis, there was a huge war, almost a civil war on the border, the fine line between the humans and elves. So you know these tensions run super high because both of them are sort of fighting over the land of the fine line, this border.
And Eli, you know Becker's farm to be in the center, like on the fine line.
On the border.
Okay, let's go to the shed and find another key.
As you looked at the door and you get a little bit closer, you see now that in the door is a small a glass window. And as you look through it, you see a misty inside. It's hard to see what's inside of it, but there's one thing that catches your attention immediately. Hanging from the ceiling on a silken thread, which reflects some of the moonlight that's creaking in through the planks, the loose planks. You see a steel key or a metal key hanging from the ceiling on the other side of the shed, inside.
And there's a weird thing to this shed, because as you open the door, it seems to be quite a small structure, but when you open it, it's elongated into a hallway.
Oh, it's open already. Great, cool. I was going to kick it in, but
I opened it for you. I'm so sorry.
You want to do
Look, we've a time, okay?
Let's go.
Okay, we're going in.
I'm going in. I'm walking in. I'm walking through the shed.
We're walking again.
Okay. Does everybody think that that's a good plan to just barge in? Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yes.
Ruddy is a barbarian, so why wouldn't he? Well, then I'm going to do what the DM does and say, as you step in, you feel a sharp pain as in your foot, as you see emerging from the front of your foot a large nail shooting out of the ground. Oh, you get 1 damage as it just pierces your foot.
But I'm stuck, right?
Nah. You can just sort of pull your foot off, but there's now a big nail standing, and there's this small hole from between the planks. And when you did this, you felt this resistance, but you don't see anything. You feel resistance, don't see anything, and then your foot got pierced, baby.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got that. Yeah, okay. So I walk further.
Okay.
It's only got like 1 foot. It's okay.
How do you guys DM for Barbarian? Okay. So You walk further and you see. Wait, maybe you don't see it. Let's see. Okay, let's roll for a perception check. I like that. It's a 14. It's a 14.
You like not killing a player character.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
No, you see 30 more of these holes, and as you see, there is some resistance around your feet, almost like a
30 or 13?
30 of these same small holes that you just encountered.
And they are everywhere.
Yeah, it's almost
Between
like a big
you and the
patch
key.
of these small holes.
Do the needles go back in, or do they stay out?
Not yet. It's an unactivated.
No, but if you activate it, do they?
You don't know.
They just stick up.
Okay, so that means if you go first, then you, and you both hit like 10 needles.
Very clever. Very clever.
Ruddy
Yeah.
could carry us all.
You see.
I've always been doing that, but maybe we should look around for something that maybe helps us further, not piercing our
Well-
feet.
What's at the end of the hallway?
At the end of the
Next-
hallway is the metal
key.
key. So
Yeah.
you see it on a silken strand. And again, it's a very misty in here, so it's very hard to see
Yeah.
what's even going on. But this is reflecting the moonlight that creaks in from the planks. It's basically the only thing that you can see, except for
A workbench.
Oh, there's a
Outside.
workbench.
And on the workbench lays a pair of safety goggles. You also see some other tools, think of tools, tools.
Hammer, drill,
another tool,
saw.
another tool. Oh, DMing is tiring, people. Oh my god, so much brain power. Een vishaak.
I take the goggles.
I take the goggles.
Oh, she has goggles. She just ripped the tie wraps out of her costume and got goggles.
So, Ruddy, as you take these goggles and you put them on, it's very strange. They're very misty and they're very stained, so it's hard to see through. But you immediately see, as you look around with these goggles, that there's a small silver wire that stretches in front of your feet, above the, not right in front, but further along the alley where you almost walk through. You see where there's this line of like 30 holes in the ground. There's almost like a tripwire sprung atop it.
Not just like a tripwire.
Okay,
It
I can
is.
do this
Yay, tripwire.
with these magic glasses.
Yeah. Good.
I can just walk over them, right?
Seems so.
Okay, I will do that then.
Very good. Well,
So-
as you step over it, suddenly, nothing. Well done. Well done. As you step over it, the trap doesn't activate. And you just walk over it. All these tiny holes that could have impaled your beautiful feet many times so. As you walk forward, you see in front of you another tripwire. And it goes through the wall, up, into a gigantic hammer
Awesome.
that is mounted to the ceiling. This is a big hammer. It's very big. Enormous. And you also see in front of it a tiny hammer.
Nah.
You cannot really deduce where the wire leads to. So,
Yeah.
on top of your head is the tiny hammer. In front of you is the big hammer. You can help her if you want. Think of something.
Step on the wire.
Trigger the wire from afar?
Yeah, I was going to ask if I could use my big, sharp, pointy thing to trigger the wire.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm standing back.
Same.
You trigger it, try and trigger it with your sword, but nothing happens yet. What you do see is that you go past it, you lift it a little bit up, and you see a little white note attached to the tripwire.
There's a note attached to the tripwire.
So as you take the goggles
bit of
off,
duct tape,
again,
I
you
don't
see
know.
nothing.
Oh, yeah.
And then
that's true.
we put the goggles on, there's a tripwire again with a note on it. Very strange.
Oh yeah, you didn't. If you're, yeah. Now you see the tripwire with a little note on it.
Can I grab it?
Yeah, the
Oh,
note
wha-
says,
Yeah. Oh.
sometimes we must accept the small pain to avoid the big one.
Oh, I get it. Right? With the hammer. Okay, I get it.
What is that audience member
Tell him.
number 62? What did they say? What are you gonna do, Ruddy?
I'm grabbing the small hammer and hitting myself.
I'm gonna enjoy that.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. So let's say, whoop, as you activate the tripwire, the small hammer falls from the ceiling.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so sorry. Falls on top of your head. Poof. You take 1 damage, baby. That's.
I have a hat. I have a
Oh,
hard
It's a
hat.
hammer.
I forgot about the hat. You take 1 damage. And that's gonna leave a mark. But now the tripwire lets loose and lies on the ground.
As you look forward through the shed, you see that the mist once more retracts just a little bit. You see the key still hanging there on the other side.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And you see emerge from this misty hallway 10 metal tanks further along as they're standing in a row. Sides of the tanks are decorated with a flame symbol, and they seem to be holding some sort of a greenish gas inside of them. Above the row of tanks is a large clock with 5 and only 5 hours on it. And in front of you, through the goggles, you can see another shimmering tripwire.
Oh no.
A lot of gas tanks.
Can I throw back the goggles so the others can join me? Maybe that's an idea. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Catch. Whoa.
Oh, that is interesting because when you take off the goggles, you don't see the tripwire anymore. You can take off the goggles and you see the tripwire.
Very interesting. Yeah.
So Eli sees the tripwire, you don't see the tripwire, but you still see a note floating in midair. Eli in the goggles. You see also a note on the tripwire. And it says, sometimes the eyes we used along the way, we must get rid of.
These eyes?
I don't know.
You have to take them out, like
No.
get
Like-
behind them. I have a little thing here for you.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. That's alright. I'm get rid of the goggles.
Okay, so your note says, when you see a thread of fear, pull it close and hold it near.
Ooh. So I see a thread, right? Yeah. Okay. I hug it, and my head falls off.
So as you take this tripwire and you hold it and it pushes upward, you fear that something is about to explode. And as you grab it, the hours on the clock start counting
Oh
down.
no.
The gas tanks starts to tremble.
And from 5 to 1, the clock slowly starts
5.
counting down.
Everything all right back there?
3.
It's fine.
Barrels start shaking.
2.
What should I do?
You see something
Wow.
glittering
What should I
inside
do?
of them.
And suddenly, a boom!
Oh no, too late.
You?
God.
As confetti falls from the air, poof!
Now
The
very
key.
close, as the mist once again retracts, you see that you can reach the middle key from this part. Ruddy, so tall, grabs it from the ceiling as you...
Very
And,
good.
the string lets loose, as you now have the second steel key in your hand.
The shed starts to dematerialize. Suddenly, planks fall down, retracting to the ground. As the environment around you starts to change. And you're
So many sound effects.
Yeah. I'm a beatboxer. As you stand back on the grassy field. Both structures now gone.
So, can we go find Regis now, please?
Yes.
Yes. I have a key.
I have a key too.
We both have keys.
Let's open the door and see if Regis is inside.
So as you walk to the farmhouse, you now step on the porch and you stand in front of the door, giant lock still intact with 2 keyholes. You can tongue pop here.
Ooh.
Sounds definitely like a lock. As you twist it open, suddenly,
When the door is slowly opened, as it creaks on its hinges, as the chains let loose, you see that the giant lock falls down and all the chains, one by one, let go. The handlebar lowers, and the door opens up. As suddenly, as the door is opened, wind blasts outward, and you are all hit with a whirlwind that seemingly comes from inside of the farmhouse.
Everybody gets blasted back 10 feet.
10 feet.
Except for one person. Chains from around the lock now tangle themselves around Eli. As the door flies open,
Ellie?
Eli is being dragged back inside. We're all getting pushed back by this gust of wind. And Eli yanked him. Disappears into a black hole behind the front door. You can leave the stage.
As you see your friend get dragged in, you're all trying to cover your eyes. The whirlwind is so strong, and you know that you need to get into this house. As he's dragged in, you see nothingness, darkness inside of the farmhouse with
You're
the boarded up
almost blown
windows.
off the porch at this point.
Hold on to me! I'm very heavy.
Are you
What are
trying
you
to walk
gonna
forward?
do, girls?
Hold on to Ruddy for dear life.
So
Okay,
Ruddy,
And I'm walking.
You can roll strength check with advantage.
Yes, I
I
can.
would say
But
with
this is gonna be a high DC, girl.
Am I still raging?
No, your rage just ended already. 11 advantage, roll it again.
But my strength is like 18.
No, 11. Another 11. No, you get pushed back once more. You need to try a different tactic. This is not an easy one, girls. As now the world around you starts to get darker and darker, thunder clouds come above the house, and everything starts.
What should we do? What shall we do? Jump? Roll? What? Crawl.
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 Sword
Use
and
also-
crawl.
What?
Use a sword and crawl. I hear. With any different tactics?
Swim.
Magical. Can they work together? Maybe.
I'm crawling.
No.
Okay, you're all crawling.
We're crawling.
So as you're crawling, this whirlwind just gets intenser and intenser, but you try and try to get through it, to power through to the door. Can somebody roll me for Ruddy?
Roll for Ruddy. Ah, that's an 8.
Too hard. You barely. You don't get pushed back, but you have to stay your ground.
Okay, roll another strength check with advantage, Ruddy.
Roll.
Oh my God! Roll it. Roll it. As you all crawl behind Ruddy,
With a natural 20.
you go through the door into darkness, and your vision fades. Darkness. You wake up in a room. This is an old, perhaps a bit of an old person's room. Some dusty carpets, and you see Eli standing in a corner, and you see one character lying on the ground with a big gunshot wound in his chest. Green hair, long manes fall over the exposed back onto the floor. Eli, back to the stage. You see Eli standing in a corner looking at this body.
Is it the...
You see green hair, long green hair, and these elven ears, and this is Regis.
No.
As that happens and you walk a little bit closer, you hear a sound, the creaking of a rocking chair, slowly rocking. And as you turn towards the sound, and it's about 15 meters away from you on the other side of the room, you see a terrifying sight. On the opposite side of this room is a middle-aged man sat in this rocking chair with black clogs and a brown vest and a farmer's tunic on. He looks at you with an intense anger, his eyes red, but not because of anger, but because of tears. As he slowly adjusts his farmer's cap down his brow, his glare intensifies as he raises a mechanical rifle towards you.
Get away! Get out of my house!
What did you do?
What's going on?
Bastard had it coming! He came into my house, he poisoned my lands! I shot him!
Calm down. Calm down.
No!
There's no use in acting rash. Calm down. Let's talk about
Who are
this.
you? Wait.
We're here to help.
Are you here to kill me?
No.
You see now that
I've
the...
got one bullet left! Don't test me!
Don't.
Don't test me!
One is not enough.
You killed Regis.
You recognize these implements, and these rifles, these are mechanical inventions only recently discovered as they're being held by the Alberian soldiers which conquered the entirety of Doran with it. These things can blow a hole in you in an instant.
You're here to finish me off, are you? Me and my wife, you're here to finish you off!
He didn't deserve this.
Oh, he bet it. He bet it. This fucker entered my house, and I killed him right there. I've done nothing but to protect my family.
Everyone, take a step back. This is not how we solve things.
Oh, Beck, you horned devil. I'll swear.
Clearly, it's how he solves things.
This
Killing innocent people?
Innocent!
You're only gonna... God fucking damn it.
You see from the cupboard now crawls a woman. You see a woman crawling. She walks through. Maria, no. You see that her hands and arms are tainted blue through the elbow. Go back. Go back! Go back!
Maria, talk some sense into your husband, please.
You shut up, you horned devil! Do you get closer to him?
Do I go what?
Do you get closer to him?
Yes?
Yes.
You hear
Step back!
You hear the gun cock.
Let us help.
Stand
This
back.
isn't going anywhere.
She's dying.
Both of you.
That helpless scum has tainted my lads, and now my wife is dying. And what do you do? And he sets a trigger, and he shoots. Roll an attack. Oh my god! Oh my god! I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
As intense light flares from the rifle, a
10
large
damage hits
spread.
you.
I'm,
Are you down?
I have 10 hit points total. I'm freaking...
How dare you do this again? They don't deserve this.
No, he did. He poisoned my lads and he poisoned my wife. Why did you get him?
No, he didn't. I did that.
What?
Gasp!
You're gonna kill someone. You should be doing me.
Oh, I will kill you. Where's my knife?
No. No.
Kill him!
No! This is not a way of living. Why did you do that?
I didn't know what I was doing. He said we were gonna stop the war. They said they had a cure. They could fix everything. We were gonna stop the humans and the elves fighting each other. I didn't know what it was gonna do. I didn't know it was gonna do all of this.
Eli looks pained at the dead body of, or the shot body of Regis as he says this.
And Maru.
And
I
Maru.
mean,
It's a detail, but you know.
So now two bodies lie on the ground. You look at Eli being heavily troubled, looking at the body of Regis. And as he tells his story about poisoning the great oak on the land,
Regis, he told me that he had a way that if we could get into the humans' land that we could use the great oak to spread peace back and stop the war. And so he gave me this. He gave me the cobalt, and he said I should put it on the great oak, and then when I was done I should meet him. But then he didn't turn up, and then everyone started dying, and I didn't know what I was doing. I'm sorry. And now he's dead. And now the one-horned lady is dead as well.
gonna be fine.
No, it's not gonna be okay. What? Everyone hates the elves now, and it's my fault.
I don't hate elves.
I don't hate elves.
I mean, Regis is hot. And your nice personality.
No, I'm not.
and as you see Eli sit down by the body, the world dematerializes, and you see Eli grow older, and visions of the person in the rocking chair, growing older to become Smelly Melly.
His wife dies with the blue plague spreading through her body, and the entire land of Becker's farm is transformed into the first happening of the plague, as everything is destroyed. All the farmland turns blue.
And the Cobalt crisis spreads, and you all know what happened from there. This triggered the war between the humans and the elves, and many people along the coast died. The Cobalt crisis eventually ended the war because you cannot fight a war in a famine. But a lot of lives were lost. And as you fall into darkness, you open your eyes.
It's a bittersweet feeling. As slowly you regain consciousness and you feel the strange tingling in your fingers again where there first was nothingness only. As you regain control of your body, you start seeing the details again.
You are on the carpets that you know. You see the couches.
The disheveled crystal chandelier hanging from the ceiling.
And two figures standing over you. Virgo and Maru. Oh God, they're waking up. Virgo! Virgo, they're waking up! Yeah, okay. God, okay, let's count. Let's count. Jessica, are you here?
I'm okay.
Ruddy? Good. Maru?
She died.
Maru?
Spare the dying.
Maru? Oh no.
Do something, come on.
Did she die in the witch lock?
Yes.
No!
But we can save her in her dream.
Virgo looks at you with open eyes as seemingly your worst nightmares come to reality. You'll look around and you see Eli and you feel conflicted, and then back at Maru, who lays there still, wounds not still there under her clothes. And
You
then
see-
from the side of the room, Deirdre Bonbon stands up.
You see her crouching from a cat-like position and looking towards you. Stretches, almost feline-like.
She shakes her head as she looks at you, and she says, "Well, I think we need not mince more words about what happened here. I think I've seen enough. Virgo, Margot."
Deirdre, that is incredibly rude to go into somebody's witch lock. How dare you?
I'll be notifying the Witches Association.
No! Maru.
Farewell. And with that, a last snap of the mechanical orb that she's holding snaps as this scene is laid on photograph. As she turns around and
No.
walks out of the door.
Girls, what happens in there? Tell me. Tell it to me straight. In how much trouble are we? And that's where we end the session.
Wait! No! Stop! Oh, I can't handle this part. The part about what happened to her.
Yes, I believe it's time that you go. Thank you for your time.
Wait, no. You'll be back tomorrow, right?
Oh. You did not think this was the end of the story,
Dear,
right?
we won't go down that easily.
No, we won't.
So you'll be back tomorrow? You got a fresh pot of tea?
And a brand new story.
Goodbye, dear. And this was the first episode of Dungeons and Drag Queens. Thank you for sticking with us. Don't worry, more episodes and other content will follow. Don't forget to check out our Instagram for behind-the-scene pictures and more. And if you haven't done so already, check out our Patreon to see how you can support the show. And we hope to see you next time in Dungeons and Drag Queens.